Dreaming of traveling the world but worried about your wallet? Don't be. 2025 is the year to turn your travel dreams into reality without breaking the bank. From the vibrant street food stalls of Vietnam, the tropical beaches of Thailand, to the timeless charm of Portugal and Greece, there are incredible destinations where you can live like royalty for just a few dollars a day. Get ready to explore the top 10 cheapest places to travel in 2025, where breathtaking scenery, rich culture, and unforgettable adventures all come at unbelievably low prices. Part 1. Discover Vietnam, where every dollar becomes an adventure. If there's one country that proves you don't need a big budget to live a big adventure, it's Vietnam. With just $25 a day, you can experience a world of vibrant culture, breathtaking scenery, and unforgettable flavors. From the bustling chaos of motorbikes in Ho Chi Minh City to the peaceful rice terraces of Sapa, Vietnam is a destination that rewards every traveler with authenticity and warmth. Urban energy and cultural wonders. Start your journey in Hanoi, the capital that balances ancient charm and youthful spirit. Early in the morning, the aroma of strong Vietnamese coffee fills the air as locals gather around tiny stools, chatting about life. The narrow streets of the Old Quarter are a living museum, filled with colonial architecture, buzzing markets, and the hypnotic sound of scooters weaving through alleys. Farther south, Ho Chi Minh City offers a faster rhythm. The city's skyline glows with modern skyscrapers, yet just a few blocks away, you can find century-old temples and French-era buildings. For history lovers, the War Remnants Museum and Cu Chi tunnels tell powerful stories of resilience and survival. Nature's hidden masterpieces. Beyond the cities lies Vietnam's true magic, its landscapes. Ha Long Bay, with its emerald waters and limestone cliffs, looks like a scene from a fantasy movie. For just a few dollars, you can join a boat cruise, kayak between karst towers, and watch the sunset over the bay. Up north, Sapa offers misty mountains and endless rice terraces where ethnic minority groups welcome visitors with kind smiles and handmade crafts. Meanwhile, the Ha Giang Loop, a motorbike route along winding mountain roads, delivers some of the most breathtaking views in all of Asia. Down south, Mekong Delta adventures invite you to float through riverside villages, tasting tropical fruits and local coconut candy straight from the source. A food paradise for every budget. If there's one reason travelers fall in love with Vietnam, it's the food. For $1 to $2, you can enjoy a bowl of steaming pho, aromatic broth with tender beef, herbs, and rice noodles. Street vendors serve up crispy banh mi sandwiches, bun cha grilled pork, and goi quan fresh spring rolls, each bite bursting with flavor and freshness. In every city, night markets come alive with sizzling woks and the laughter of locals. Dining in Vietnam is not just eating, it's an experience. Whether you're sitting on a tiny plastic stool or dining by lantern light in Hoi An, each meal feels like a celebration of life's simple joys. The ultimate value destination. A typical day's budget in Vietnam might include $5 for a comfortable hostel bed, $10 for 3 authentic local meals, $5 for transportation and activities, $5 for coffee, snacks, and souvenirs. That's $25 a day, enough to live fully, eat well, and explore deeply. Vietnam is a country that captures your heart with its hospitality, flavor, and beauty. It's a place where the small things, a smile from a vendor, the scent of street food, the sound of rain on rooftops, turn into lifelong memories. For travelers seeking incredible value and genuine connection, Vietnam isn't just a destination, it's an awakening. Part 2. Portugal, Europe's hidden gem for budget travelers. If you've ever dreamed of exploring Europe's sunlit streets, tasting world-class cuisine, and walking through centuries of history, but feared the price tag, Portugal is the place that turns those dreams into reality. In 2025, this westernmost European nation offers everything you love about Europe: charm, culture, food, and beaches at a fraction of the cost. With just 25 to 30 euros per day, you can experience the best of the continent without breaking the bank. Timeless cities full of soul. Start your journey in Lisbon, a city that feels like an open-air gallery. Its cobblestone alleys wind through hills dotted with pastel-colored houses, and the golden light reflecting off the Tagus River gives the whole city a cinematic glow. Hop on the famous Tram 28 for a scenic ride through the city's heart, past historic cathedrals, tiled facades, and lively neighborhoods. For just 6 euros, you can buy a 24-hour public transport pass that includes metros, buses, and trams, making it easy to explore every corner of the capital. Don't miss the Alfama district, where fado music spills from doorways at night, or Belém, home to the iconic Tower of Belém and the world-famous pastéis de nata, Portugal's creamy egg tarts that cost less than 2 euros and taste like heaven in a bite. A few hours north lies Porto, Lisbon's charming sibling. Set along the Douro River, Porto is a city of colorful houses, steep streets, and old-world magic. Here, life moves at a slower, sweeter pace. Stroll along the Ribeira waterfront, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and take a budget-friendly wine-tasting tour for around 15 to 20 euros, where you can sample the city's iconic port wine and learn about its centuries-old production. Golden coasts and hidden villages. Beyond the cities, Portugal's coastline, especially the Algarve, is legendary. Dramatic cliffs, golden beaches, and turquoise coves create postcard-perfect views everywhere you look. While some resort towns cater to luxury travelers, you'll find plenty of smaller villages like Lagos or Tavira, where cozy guest houses cost under 20 euros per night. Renting a car with friends for a day, around 30 euros total, opens up hidden gems, quiet coves, fishing harbors, and scenic coastal drives. The best part? Nature's beauty here is free. Whether you're watching the sunset from Cape St. Vincent, the westernmost point of Europe, or picnicking on the sand with fresh seafood, Portugal's simple pleasures cost next to nothing. A feast of flavor and affordability. Portugal's cuisine is an adventure in itself. For around 10 to 15 euros a day, you can indulge in traditional dishes like bacalhau à brás, salted cod with potatoes and eggs, frango piri-piri, spicy, grilled chicken, or a hearty bowl of caldo verde, kale soup. Pair it with local wine that often costs less than water, and you'll understand why Portugal is a food lover's paradise on a budget. Living the good life for less. A typical day's budget might look like this: 8 to 10 euros for accommodation, hostel or guest house. 10 euros for meals and coffee. 5 euros for transport and activities. 5 euros for wine, snacks, or souvenirs. That's around 25 to 30 euros a day for golden beaches, ancient streets, and culinary bliss. Portugal is the rare country that gives you the romance of Europe without the ruin of your wallet. It's where history meets hospitality, and every sunset feels like it was painted just for you. Affordable, welcoming, and endlessly beautiful. Portugal is not just a destination, it's Europe's best-kept secret waiting for you in 2025. Part 3. Mexico, where every day feels like a celebration. If you're dreaming of turquoise waters, colorful markets, and food that bursts with flavor, all without spending a fortune, Mexico should be at the top of your 2025 travel list. With just $25 to $30 a day, you can experience world-class beaches, ancient ruins, and some of the most welcoming people on the planet. Sun, sand, and stunning adventures. Mexico is paradise for every kind of traveler. Along the Caribbean coast, the towns of Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Cancun offer crystal-clear water and powder-white beaches where you can swim, snorkel, or simply sip a cold coconut under the palms. A plate of tacos by the sea costs less than $2, and you can rent a beachside room for $15 to $20 a night. If you crave adventure, explore the cenotes, natural sinkholes filled with blue fresh water. Swimming or diving in them costs just a few dollars and feels like entering another world. Or take a bus to the legendary Mayan ruins of Chichen Itza, where for under $10 you can walk among ancient pyramids that have stood for over 1,000 years. Culture, color, and history. Beyond the beaches, Mexico's soul shines in its cities. Mexico City is a cultural powerhouse where art, history, and street life collide. For $1, hop on the metro and explore the Zocalo, the Frida Kahlo Museum, and endless street food stalls. In the evenings, the scent of grilled corn and the sound of mariachi fill the air. In Oaxaca, traditions come alive in every plaza and market. Local artisans weave textiles by hand, and every meal tastes like a family recipe passed down for generations. Meanwhile, Guanajuato dazzles visitors with its maze of colorful alleyways and underground streets, a photographer's dream that costs nothing to wander. A culinary heaven on a budget. Food in Mexico isn't just affordable. It's a celebration of life itself. For $5 a day, you can feast like royalty. Start with chilaquiles or tamales for breakfast, grab street-side tacos al pastor for lunch, and end the evening with elote, grilled corn slathered in lime and chili. Don't forget fresh fruit juices, often less than $1 each, and sweet churros dusted in cinnamon. If you love trying new flavors, explore a local market. For $10, you can fill a backpack with handmade crafts, spices, and snacks. Every bite and every bargain carries the warmth of Mexican hospitality. How far your money goes. Here's what an average budget day might look like in Mexico. $10, accommodation, hostel or guest house. $8, 3 authentic meals and snacks. $4, transport and local experiences. $3, souvenirs, drinks, or tips. That's just $25 a day for beaches, ruins, and incredible food. From sunrise over the Caribbean to sunsets behind colonial cathedrals, Mexico offers experiences that cost little but mean everything. It's a country where every corner sings with color, every meal tells a story, and every peso stretches further than you can imagine. Affordable, flavorful, and full of life. Mexico is proof that paradise doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Part 4. Indonesia, the paradise you can afford. Imagine waking up to the sound of gentle waves, walking barefoot on golden sand, and eating a delicious meal by the ocean, all for less than the price of a cup of coffee back home. Welcome to Indonesia, one of the world's most stunning and affordable destinations. With over 17,000 islands and a daily budget of just $20 to $25, Indonesia offers endless adventure, culture, and serenity for travelers who seek beauty on a budget. Island dreams come true. Start your journey in Bali, the island of gods and global travelers. Despite its fame, Bali remains surprisingly budget-friendly. For $5 a night, you can stay in cozy guest houses surrounded by rice fields or tropical gardens. Rent a scooter for $4 per day and explore hidden beaches, sacred temples, and local markets at your own pace. Don't miss Ubud, the cultural heart of Bali, where yoga studios, art galleries, and jungle cafes create an atmosphere of peace and creativity. Here, the scent of incense fills the air as locals make daily offerings, a gentle reminder of life's balance and gratitude. From Bali, hop on a ferry to the Gili Islands for around $5. These tiny islands are postcard perfect, with turquoise waters, coral reefs, and no motor vehicles, only bicycles and horse carts. Each day here feels timeless. Swim, snorkel with turtles, watch sunsets, repeat. Adventures beyond imagination. Indonesia is more than beaches. It's also home to some of the planet's most awe-inspiring natural wonders. Hike Mount Bromo or Mount Batter to witness the sunrise over volcanic landscapes that look straight out of a dream. For just a few dollars in park fees and local transport, you'll experience moments money can't buy. Further east, Lombok offers the same beauty as Bali, but with fewer crowds and even lower prices. Nusa Penida, a short ferry ride away, stuns with its dramatic cliffs and secret beaches like Kelingking Beach, one of the most photographed spots in the world. Flavors that define Indonesia. No trip to Indonesia is complete without indulging in its flavorful street food. For $1 to $2, you can feast on local favorites like nasi goreng, fried rice, mie goreng, fried noodles, or satay ayam, chicken skewers grilled over charcoal. Each bite bursts with spice, texture, and soul. In local warungs, small family-run eateries, meals are prepared with warmth and pride. Pair your dish with a cup of kopi tubruk, strong Indonesian coffee that costs less than $1, and enjoy the view of everyday life unfolding before you. Your money well spent. Here's how a typical day in Indonesia might look. $5. Comfortable guest house stay. $7. 3 authentic local meals, $5. Transportation and activities, $3. Coffee, snacks, and small souvenirs. That's $20 to $25 a day to live your island dream. Indonesia is a land where paradise meets possibility, a country that rewards curiosity and kindness more than cash. From temple blessings to volcano sunrises and ocean sunsets, every moment here feels rich in spirit, even when your wallet stays light. Affordable, peaceful, and endlessly diverse, Indonesia is not just a destination, it's an invitation to live freely, fully, and beautifully. Part 5. Turkey, where East meets West on a budget. Few places on Earth blend ancient history, vibrant culture, and mouth-watering food quite like Turkey. And even fewer do it for so little money. With just $25 a day, you can explore breathtaking landmarks, feast on legendary street food, and experience the warm hospitality that makes Turkey unforgettable. It's a destination where Europe meets Asia, and adventure meets affordability. Timeless history and living culture. Start in Istanbul, a city that has witnessed empires rise and fall. Here, you can walk from one continent to another across the Bosphorus Bridge, a literal connection between East and West. Entry to iconic landmarks such as the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, and Topkapi Palace often costs little or nothing, yet the experience is priceless. Strolling through the Grand Bazaar feels like stepping into another world, a labyrinth of over 4,000 shops selling colorful lanterns, spices, ceramics, and hand-woven carpets. Practice your bargaining skills, sip a cup of Turkish tea offered by a smiling shopkeeper, and lose track of time in the hum of history and trade. For ancient wonders, travel to Ephesus, one of the most well-preserved Roman cities in the world. Wandering its marble streets feels like time travel, and the entrance fee is less than $10. If you venture to Cappadocia, the fairy tale landscape of cave dwellings and hot air balloons will leave you breathless, even before you see the prices, which are far lower than in most European hotspots. A feast for a few dollars Turkish cuisine is legendary, and it's astonishingly affordable. With $5 to $10 a day, you can eat like a king. Try doner kebabs, simit, a sesame bread ring similar to a bagel, or burek, flaky pastry filled with cheese or meat. On every corner, vendors press fresh pomegranate juice or serve hot, buttery corn on the cob for less than $1. Breakfast in Turkey is more than a meal. It's an event. Picture a spread of olives, cheeses, eggs, honey, jams, fresh bread, and endless cups of tea, all for about $3 to $4. Whether you eat at a cafe overlooking the Bosphorus or in a family-run restaurant in a quiet neighborhood, every bite feels generous. landscapes of wonder beyond its cities, Turkey's natural beauty is extraordinary. Sail along the turquoise coast, where rugged cliffs meet sapphire seas, or visit Pamukkale, with its white travertine terraces that look like frozen waterfalls. Both experiences can fit easily within a budget traveler's day. Accommodation, too, is affordable. Hostels and guest houses start at $8 to $10 per night, often including breakfast. Public buses and intercity coaches are comfortable, reliable, and inexpensive, connecting every major region. Living the good life for less. A typical day in Turkey might cost $10. Accommodation, $8. Meals and snacks, $4. Transportation and entry fees, $3. Coffee, tea, or souvenirs. That's just $25 a day to experience one of the most culturally rich countries in the world. From the call to prayer echoing through Istanbul's skyline to the stars above the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia, Turkey is a feast for all senses, and for any budget. It's a place where history whispers from every stone, food warms every heart, and your money stretches further than you ever thought possible. Affordable, unforgettable, uniquely Turkey. Part 6. Greece. Ancient beauty meets affordable bliss. When most people think of Greece, they imagine luxury resorts and expensive island getaways. But what if you could experience all the whitewashed villages, turquoise waters, and ancient history for less than the price of dinner back home? In 2025, Greece remains one of Europe's most stunning, yet surprisingly affordable destinations. With just $25 to $30 a day, you can live your island dream without spending a fortune. Island hopping on a budget. Forget the overpriced crowds of Santorini and Mykonos. Greece is filled with lesser-known islands that are just as breathtaking and far cheaper. Places like Naxos, Paros, and Ios offer golden beaches, charming towns, and sea view accommodations starting at $20 a night. You can hop between islands for the price of a pizza. Ferry tickets often cost under $10. Imagine sailing across the Aegean Sea, watching the sun melt into the horizon, and knowing you're living a dream that costs almost nothing. On these islands, life slows down. Spend your mornings swimming in crystal-clear coves, your afternoons wandering narrow lanes lined with blue and white houses, and your evenings dining by the sea on fresh fish caught that very morning. The best part? The beaches are completely free, and the views are worth millions. A walk through history. Greece is not just paradise. It's a living museum. Every corner of the country whispers stories of gods and heroes. While the Acropolis in Athens is spectacular, many travelers don't realize that smaller, lesser-known temples and ruins across the islands are free or cost only a few euros to visit. In Crete, you can explore the ancient palace of Knossos, said to be the home of the mythical Minotaur, for just a few dollars. In Delos, an island once sacred to Apollo, ancient statues and crumbling marble columns stand silently under the sun. These sites let you experience thousands of years of history, without the tourist crowds or expensive tickets. The taste of Greek life. Greek food is as warm and generous as its people, and incredibly affordable. For $2 to $3, you can enjoy a giant gyro wrap stuffed with grilled meat, fries, and tzatziki. For a few more dollars, share plates of Greek salad, moussaka, and freshly caught fish at a local taverna, where the owner might throw in dessert just to make you smile. Meals in Greece aren't rushed, they're moments of connection. You'll eat slowly, talk freely, and watch the sunset with a glass of local wine that costs less than bottled water. Your Greek day on $30, $10, room with a view, guest house or hostel, $10, meals and snacks, $5, ferry or local transport, $5, entry fees, coffee or souvenirs. That's $30 a day for beaches, ruins, and unforgettable meals. Greece proves that luxury isn't about money, it's about experience. It's the laughter over a seaside meal, the golden glow of evening light on whitewashed walls, and the feeling of walking in the footsteps of legends. Affordable, timeless, and full of heart, Greece is the ultimate cheat code to living the good life on a budget. Part 7. Morocco, 1,000 colors, one unforgettable journey. Step into a world where ancient markets hum with life, spices perfume the air, and the desert stretches endlessly under the golden sun, all without spending more than you would on a night out back home. Morocco is a dream destination for travelers who crave color, culture, and adventure on a budget. With just $25 to $30 a day, you can live a travel experience that feels like a movie. Cities of magic and mystery. Start your journey in Marrakesh, where every sense comes alive. The old Medina is a maze of narrow alleys, secret courtyards, and bustling souks overflowing with carpets, lanterns, leather bags, and mountains of spices. Getting lost here is part of the fun, and part of the magic. You don't need to spend a lot to soak in the atmosphere. A mint tea on a rooftop cafe costs less than $1, and it comes with a panoramic view of the city's red rooftops and the distant Atlas Mountains. In the evenings, head to Jama el Fna, the city's legendary main square, where snake charmers, storytellers, and sizzling food stalls create a spectacle like nowhere else on Earth. Travel north to Fes, one of the oldest and most spiritual cities in the world. Stay in a riad, a traditional Moroccan guest house built around a courtyard, for as little as $25 a night, including a hearty breakfast of fresh bread, honey, olives, and mint tea. Inside, you'll find intricate tile work, fountains, and tranquility that feels like a secret palace. Adventures in the Sahara. No trip to Morocco is complete without venturing into the Sahara Desert. For under $100, you can book a 3-day tour that includes transportation, camel rides, meals, and camping under a sky filled with more stars than you've ever seen. Riding a camel through the dunes at sunset feels surreal. The warm orange sand glowing under the fading light, the silence broken only by the wind. At night, you'll gather around a bonfire with Berber guides, listening to drums and stories that have been passed down for generations. It's an experience that feels priceless, yet costs surprisingly little. Flavors of Moroccan cuisine is a feast for both your senses and your wallet. For $5 to $6, you can share a steaming tagine, a slow-cooked stew of meat, vegetables, and spices served in a traditional clay pot. Or try couscous, harira soup, and freshly baked bread straight from clay ovens. In the markets, vendors sell fresh orange juice for about 50 cents and sweet pastries filled with almonds and honey for just a few coins. Every meal feels like an invitation into Moroccan life, generous, flavorful, and unforgettable. Your Moroccan day on $25 to $30. $10. Riad or guest house accommodation, $8. Local meals and snacks, $4. Transport or market shopping, $3 to $5. Tea, entry fees, or souvenirs. Morocco is a land that overwhelms your senses in the best possible way, a symphony of color, scent, sound, and taste. From the Medinas to the mountains, from the coast to the desert, it's a journey through time that remains astonishingly affordable. Exotic, welcoming, and endlessly fascinating. Morocco proves that true adventure doesn't have to come with a luxury price tag. Part 8. Thailand, the heartbeat of Southeast Asia on a budget. If there's a country that defines the magic of affordable travel, it's Thailand. A paradise where golden temples sparkle beside turquoise seas, street markets overflow with flavors, and smiles are as warm as the tropical air, all for less than $25 a day. Whether you're seeking beaches, culture, or adventure, Thailand offers it all without emptying your wallet. A taste of city life in Bangkok. Start your journey in Bangkok, a city that never sleeps and never stops surprising. Ancient temples rise beside neon lights, monks walk barefoot past sky trains, and the scent of sizzling street food fills every corner. For $1 to $2, you can feast on legendary dishes like pad thai, green curry, or mango sticky rice from street vendors who've perfected their recipes over generations. Grab a seat on a tiny stool, share a laugh with locals, and you'll understand why Thailand is called the Land of Smiles. Getting around is easy and cheap. Ride the BTS Sky Train, take a tuk-tuk for a few dollars, or cruise along the Chao Phraya River for less than $1. Visit stunning landmarks like the Grand Palace, Wat Pho with its giant reclining Buddha, and Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn, many of which are free or cost only a few dollars to enter. Island escapes and paradise adventures. When city lights fade, head south to discover why Thailand's islands are world famous. From Krabi to Koh Phi Phi, Koh Samui, and Koh Phangan, you'll find paradise that fits every budget. Flights from Bangkok to southern Thailand cost as little as $40, and once you arrive, you can rent a long-tail boat for the day, often for less than $25 total, to explore secret beaches and limestone caves. Spend your days snorkeling in crystal waters, climbing up viewpoints for panoramic photos, and relaxing under palm trees. At night, the islands transform into a playground of music and laughter. Join the legendary full moon party on Koh Phangan, where thousands of travelers dance barefoot under the stars, with drinks costing less than $2. Street food. Heaven eating in Thailand is an experience of joy and discovery. You can eat 3 incredible meals a day for under $10. Spicy soups, grilled skewers, fresh fruit smoothies, and endless noodle dishes. Night markets are a must-visit, not just for the food, but for the atmosphere. Lanterns glowing, vendors calling out prices, and the air buzzing with life. Even in tourist hotspots, affordable guest houses and beach bungalows start at $8 to $10 a night. Many include breakfast and that unbeatable Thai hospitality that makes you feel instantly at home. Your Thailand day on $25. $8. Accommodation, guest house or hostel, $10. Street food and drinks, $4. Local transport and entry fees, $3. Extras, souvenirs, or beach snacks. Thailand is proof that paradise doesn't have to cost a fortune. It's a country where every moment feels vibrant, from sunrise over golden temples to sunsets on turquoise bays. Affordable, joyful, and endlessly welcoming, Thailand invites every traveler to live fully, eat well, and fall in love with the beauty of simplicity. Part 9. Colombia, South America's best-kept budget secret, colorful streets, coffee-scented mornings, and sunsets that light up the mountains. Colombia is a country reborn. Once misunderstood, it's now one of the most welcoming, vibrant, and affordable travel destinations on the planet. For just $20 to $25 a day, you can enjoy world-class scenery, delicious food, and an infectious sense of joy that defines Colombian life. Cities full of life and color. Start your adventure in Medellin, the city of eternal spring. With perfect weather year-round and locals known for their warmth, Medellin is a city that pulses with creativity and transformation. Once infamous, it's now a model of innovation. Home to cable cars that glide over the hills, offering breathtaking views for less than $1. Stroll through the lively Comuna Trece, once a rough neighborhood, now covered in colorful murals and filled with music and street art. Every corner tells a story of resilience and hope. Further north, Cartagena enchants travelers with its colonial charm. Walk along the old city walls at sunset, watch the Caribbean waves crash below, and get lost in streets lined with pastel houses and flower-filled balconies. Street vendors sell arepa de queso, cheese corn cakes, for under $1, and fruit carts offer mango with lime and chili, a perfect tropical snack for pennies. Coffee, culture, and natural wonders venture into the heart of Colombia's coffee region, known as the Eje Cafetero. Stay in a finca, a traditional coffee farm, for about $15 a night, where you'll wake up to misty hills, birdsong, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee. Tours of the plantations, often included or just a few dollars, let you pick, roast, and taste coffee right from the source. Nature lovers will find endless adventures here. Hike through the Cocora Valley, where the world's tallest wax palm trees tower above the clouds. Or head to Guatapé, a lakeside town famous for its colorful houses, and El Peñón de Guatapé, a giant rock you can climb for panoramic views. The entrance costs less than $5. For beach lovers, the Caribbean coast offers untouched beauty. Near Tayrona National Park, you can sleep in a hammock right on the sand for just a few dollars, waking up to the sound of the waves. Flavorful, hearty, and incredibly cheap Colombian food is comfort at its best. Simple, rich, and filling. Try a bandeja paisa, a massive plate of rice, beans, meat, avocado, and plantains for about $3 to $4. Grab an empanada for 50 cents, or cool down with a glass of agua panela, a traditional drink made from raw sugarcane and lime. Every meal is both delicious and affordable. Your Colombia day on $25, $8. Accommodation, hostel or homestay, $8. Meals and snacks, $5. Transport and entry fees, $4. Coffee, fruit, or souvenirs. Colombia is a country of rhythm and resilience, where the music never stops, the food never disappoints, and the people never stop smiling. It's a destination that proves you don't need to be rich to live richly. Colorful, soulful, and unbelievably affordable, Colombia invites you to dance, explore, and discover joy in every moment. Part 10. Hungary, Europe's hidden treasure for the budget traveler. In the heart of Europe lies a country that feels like a fairy tale, filled with ornate architecture, steaming thermal baths, and hearty food that warms both body and soul. Welcome to Hungary, one of Europe's most underrated and affordable destinations. With just $25 a day, you can enjoy royal experiences, from soaking in grand bathhouses to exploring castles, without spending like a king. Budapest, the pearl of the Danube. Hungary's capital, Budapest, is a masterpiece divided by the mighty Danube River. On one side stands Buda, with its hills, palaces, and panoramic viewpoints. On the other lies Pest, alive with cafes, bars, and Art Nouveau architecture. Together, they create one of Europe's most enchanting cities and one of its best bargains. Start your morning at the Széchenyi Thermal Bath, one of the largest and most famous in Europe. For under $10, you can spend hours soaking in hot mineral pools surrounded by grand yellow buildings, a perfect escape in any season. Then, walk across the chain bridge, marvel at the Parliament building's neo-Gothic beauty, and ride Tram 2, which runs along the river and offers some of the best views in the city, all for about $1. End your day watching the sunset from Fisherman's Bastion, where the fairy tale towers glow golden over the city skyline. Food that feels like home. Hungarian cuisine is rich, flavorful, and made for comfort. For $5 to $7, you can enjoy a steaming bowl of goulash, a traditional beef and paprika stew served with bread and pickles. Street vendors sell langos, deep-fried dough topped with sour cream and cheese, for just a few dollars. It's a must-try treat. Pair your meal with a glass of local wine from the Tokaj region or a pint of Hungarian beer for under $2. In Budapest's historic cafes, you can sip strong espresso and taste dobos torte, a layered caramel cake once reserved for royalty, now yours for the price of a latte. Ruin Bars and Beyond Budapest is also famous for its ruin bars, quirky bars built inside abandoned buildings filled with mismatched furniture, art installations, and live music. The most iconic, Simple Kurt, is a maze of creativity and fun where you can enjoy a drink for just a few dollars. These bars perfectly capture the city's spirit, youthful, artistic, and endlessly inventive. Beyond the capital, take a day trip to Lake Balaton, known as the Hungarian Sea. It's a summer paradise where you can swim, rent a bike, and enjoy fresh-caught fish from lakeside vendors. Or head to Eger, a historic town famous for its medieval castle and red wines, all easily accessible by affordable trains. Your Hungary day on $25, $10, accommodation, hostel or guest house, $8, meals and drinks, $4, entry fees and transport, $3, coffee, snacks, or souvenirs. Hungary combines European elegance with down-to-earth prices. It's a place where thermal waters heal, architecture inspires, and the food feels like home. Whether you're soaking under the stars in Budapest or exploring cobbled streets in Eger, every moment feels luxurious, without the luxury price tag. Hungary is the Europe you dream of, beautiful, historic, and completely affordable.